I'm doing well.
Good. We are talking about winter running for Why Run Today, the Runner's Toolbox. And prior to us starting, you were telling me that I'm not very smart.
I did not say that.
So that was the feeling. No. I will say, how about I say I'm not very smart. And so what I need some winter running tips. I need some help with my winter training plan. And then maybe we can just talk about some psychology around running as well. Perfect. As a coach, what are your top 5 tips for runners in the winter?
So I have 4 right off the bat.
4, okay, perfect.
The first one is mindset. Mindset is everything. I mean, winter is not always enjoyable. It gets long. It's 20 below. Roads are ice, snow. And I think how you approach winter is one of the best things that you can do for your training, but then also everyday life. So I started running, and I really needed to figure out a way to embrace winter running. And the first thing that I did was I realized I needed to warm up before I went outside, because I overdressed, but I was also freezing at the same time, if that makes sense. So doing a warm-up helps tremendously with not overdressing, with feeling better. You're also internally warm, so when you head outside, you don't have that shock of the cold of 20 below, even though 20 below feels the same as 10 below and 30 below. So that's my second tip. But around mindset, it's really setting an intention of, this is going to be hard, this may not be fun, but I need to make the most of it. And I even tell some people that if you don't enjoy the cold, pick the days that it's a little bit warmer or it's snowing and you can have fun in the snow, and you can kind of release that inner child and just have no expectations of what this run is going to be. And I think that helps a lot of runners of, I'm just going to go run with a friend. We're not going to pay attention to pace. We're going to laugh. We're going to have fun jumping over the berm of the snowplow. And we're just going to embrace what winter is, because we can't get rid of it. We can go somewhere warm, but we're stuck here in Minnesota. So that's what it is.
And you do need to get outside.
Yes.
I would say that's a big thing for me from the mindset side is it's easy to want to just sit inside.
Yep.
And setting the mindset of, I need to get outside, I need fresh air, I need something. This is a great way to have something to do outside versus just go stand or have to go out and shovel.
Right.
Or one of those things.
Yep.
So I would agree. The mindset is tricky though, especially when it is 20 below. It's very easy to want to just grab a coffee and a book and sit on the sofa.
Yeah, and that's why I like getting it done first thing in the morning, because then you don't have to think about it. You don't have to listen to the rain, or the rain. You don't have to listen to the winds howl against the house. If you are going to run with a friend, that makes it more enjoyable, but you also have that accountability of, we're doing this, we're doing it together, so we may suffer a little bit together, but we're also going to have some fun. And those are some of my most memorable runs, are running in a blizzard with friends, because it's like just this, I don't know, chaos, but it's also things that people don't normally do. And it's that I did this, I did something hard, and I'm better because of it.
Absolutely. I do love running in the snow. That's way better than just 20 below.
Yeah. If it's going to be cold, there better be snow, right?
Right. Absolutely. Okay, so that's 2, mindset and warm up.
Mindset, warming up beforehand, dressing in layers.
Dressing in layers.
Layers are important. And I recommend keeping a journal of the weather. So write down the temperature, write down the wind, and write down the real feel, because that's going to help you determine, based on what I wore, how did I feel? Was I too hot? Did I need more wind protection? Was I not warm enough? And take note of that. So tomorrow when you run, or in 2 days when you run, you can look back at that and make adjustments. And the more that you do that, the easier it gets.
Yeah, that layers do make a difference. Like you said, you can be too warm or dress too warm, and then all of a sudden you're over sweating, and now you turn and they're going into the wind instead of downwind, and now it's 20 degrees colder.
Yep, and it can be dangerous.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's tip number 4 then?
Number 4 is to forget about pace, to remove all expectations, and just have fun with it, because you never know what you're going to get with winter running, right?
Right.
When it's 20 below, you're not moving fast. You are not setting any paces out there. So I think just forgetting about pace and focusing on easy effort, or if you are trying to do a speed workout outside, just go based on effort versus a certain pace.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a certain point where it's just not safe either.
Yep.
We have a lot of ice right now.
Yeah.
You especially get a little new snow on top of that ice, and you can't see it.
And you don't know where that ice is.
Right. So, yeah, well, that's part of my favorite part about winter is you just go because it's pointless to do pace.
Yep.
Because one day might be like you're running on the softest beach sand you've ever been on.
This morning, yep.
Then you're in slush and your feet are getting sucked in like it's mud and they're soaked. And then the next day it's like fluffy snow and light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different every day. So yeah, trying to do a pace thing.
Yeah,
it's more like trail running. I mean, the variety of conditions is
Yeah.
much more trail running.
If anything, it's harder than trail running in terms of terrain and unevenness.
Right.
I think with winter running, I think if you think about the concept of winter and hibernation and slowing down, I think that helps with a lot of runners who are trying to get outside. This is your time to have fun. And although we are still working on certain goals, if you're going to be running outside, just go for an easy run and have fun with it.
Sure. So is that tip 5? Slow down, take a rest day?
Yeah, take a rest day. Winter running is hard, so you need that rest to balance out the work that you're putting in so your body can adapt.
Absolutely. On that note, and that's where you were making fun of me earlier, telling me I'm saying I was not that smart. I was mentioning my training plan, and that's part of this series is I'm turning 50 this summer. You're going to help me get faster, right? We're not necessarily focused on faster right now in winter. Maintenance, we're going to maintain what I built up to this fall. So I don't have a rest day in my plan in my head, and you were saying that's important.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to, should I tell you what my plan is, and then you can give me some ideas around that?
Sure.
Okay. So currently on my schedule, I go to the gym 3 days a week, play hockey 2 days a week, run 2 days a week. That's 7 days. That's like the core. And then I have my little morning workout that I like to do every day. Oh, and I like to walk on the treadmill too. So we can count that. That's like Sunday morning for sure.
Okay.
It's like a mental thing. But so how that maps out is Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday are my gym days. Kind of have those set. Monday and Saturday I kind of have scheduled as my running days, but Wednesday could be a flex for running. We should have this written down somewhere. Zach, create a cool graphic. Then I play hockey on Wednesdays and Fridays. So that's my 7 days. But Sunday morning, I'll do like my little morning thing that takes about a half hour, and I'll walk on the treadmill for an hour before church. It's just kind of, that's how I get Sunday morning started, right?
Yep.
Wednesdays, hockey's not till 9 o'clock. So it feels like a rest day because I don't generally do anything 9 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't generally do anything before that. So that's kind of what I have mapped out right now. Now I don't have anything mapped. I might work out for the gym map, but I don't have anything else like mapped, like a distance or pace or anything like that. I'm just going to go out and run those 2 days.
Yep.
Sometimes Wednesday, my wife wants to run, I might run Friday too. Rarely, but sometimes. So how does that sound for a schedule?
I like that you have balance in you're not running 5 days a week on top of all this, and you're not lifting 5 days a week on top of all this. I like that you have separation between the days that you're lifting, the days that you're running, and the days that you have hockey. So you don't have back-to-back runs, back-to-back lifts, and it's allowing adequate recovery in between those two things. If you have hockey at 9 p.m., how much sleep are you getting?
I mean, my usual 6-7 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Because the reason I ask that is sleep is part of recovery, and both physically and mentally. It's the time when your brain literally cleanses itself, but then it's also helping with your muscles to recover from the work that you're putting in. That Wednesday, you're playing hockey?
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree that it's okay that you're doing something every single day right now, because it is the off season. This is the time to have fun. This is the time, holidays are happening, and I don't think you're doing too much. You're not doing 2 speed workouts on top of lifting and hockey. Hockey, you're getting a lot of starting and stopping and short sprints. So I think that's good, and that works well with your running. Ideally, if you were training for a race, we would have 1 rest day just to make sure that you have adequate recovery. But in the off season, I think it's okay, since you are playing 2 days of hockey. Those are kind of your rest days from training. And I have athletes that they have other hobbies. They want to do things outside. They want to cross-country ski. They want to mountaineer. They want to downhill ski. And they do those on their weekends. So yes, we're going to have technically 0 days of no activity, and that's okay.
Okay. So let's add to this, because that's not quite everything.
Oh boy.
I like to go to the climbing gym. I usually do that twice a week, wherever that fits in.
Where's this climbing gym?
Up in Fargo.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we do go to Andy's skiing or snowboarding 2 days a week, sometimes 3, as we get into there. Now, where I have adjusted that is, let's say I go skiing on Thursday. Thursday is also my leg day in the gym. So I won't go to the gym, I'll go skiing instead.
Yeah.
Climbing, negligible, it's more fun than anything, but it is a workout. On the weekends, I just fit that in. So like a Sunday could be a longer treadmill walk, going skiing for the day and go to the gym. But then I have specifically planned my Sunday gym workout to be a push or pull upper body day. So it should balance out.
Yeah.
But there are probably times we should take those rest days.
Yes. And I think the most important thing is thinking about balance. Like, I go pheasant hunting with my husband and my dogs. I'm not going to run beforehand, and I'm not going to do a lower body lift beforehand, because I want that energy and I want to be able to run after my dogs when they're tracking a pheasant.
Sure.
So thinking about, okay, I am going to go skiing. So yes, it's probably not a good idea to do a leg lift before, just the two do not go well together. So thinking about overall energy expenditure, what muscles you're using, and trying to create rest in between each of those, even though that day off isn't a rest day. It's just a break for your legs or a break for your upper body.
So my first planned race right now is going to be in April. I need to actually plan that out a little. When should I switch to looking at a training mindset? I feel like I'm going to carry cardiovascular okay doing this, but running's running, right? So you still have to put some time in. When should I look at switching? I'm looking at doing, it's a trail run. I'm trying to remember that. I think it's a 15K. So what is that, about 10 miles? A 10-mile trail run. Very difficult though. It's going to be lots of up and down, but not much flat. But It's more of a warm-up than trying to set any speed times. But when do I want to start thinking about training for that? Because I think I'd want to get some hills. I'll obviously want to get more than the 5 miles that I'm running right now. I'd want to build that.
Yep.
Probably add some days. When would I shift, and where should I flex my schedule for the time to train for that?
I think beginning of February is a good timeline because you're not starting from zero. You have a strong foundation of lifting and running and cardiovascular wise. So from that point on, you're looking at just more specificity towards that race. So focusing a little bit more on strength work for the trails, stability work for the trails, and then, yes, incorporating more hill work specific to the race.
Okay. Does that mean I have to give up hockey?
How long does hockey go?
Till March?
So I don't ever want to ask an athlete to give something up. I just want to be able to find a way that we can make it work with maybe some compromise. So are you part of one league or 2 leagues?
I'm actually not playing a league this year, so it's just pickup hockey. So
you could do 1 day a week versus 2 days a week?
I mean, if I had to,
if you
sure.
had to.
Yeah.
I think if we talk about, well, I guess the other thing that we didn't mention is nutrition is a big part of being able to do all of these things.
Sure.
So making sure that you have adequate protein and carbs and hydration so that your body can continue to be very active. So that's a big part of training itself and recovering well and not getting injured and not being completely drained.
Sure.
So maybe we combined a run and a lift day so that you still are able to play hockey through the end of the season.
Okay. So you bring up a good point, like combining those days, but we briefly touched on rest days, but let's talk about this time of year and having work and having all these things we want to do, and it's going to be Christmas time. It was just Thanksgiving time.
Yep.
When you do have to skip a day, so for instance, yesterday I did not do a workout because I had to take family to the airport. Then I had out of town meetings all day, and it was late when we got back, and there was a Christmas program at school and all the things that life brings you, right?
Yep.
There's plenty of times where I'm fine with missing a day and I don't even worry about it because my schedule is I schedule my workouts full, so I don't mind skipping one. Where it feels weird though is when I'm only running 2 days a week. So when I miss on Monday, that was missing a run, one of my 2 runs. So it feels not good to skip that, but that's real life.
Right.
Right. If I add it in, I'm going to double up somewhere too. So how would you look at that, or how do you look at that, or what do you recommend to your athletes in situations like that?
Yeah, if it's a one-time situation, I either say, let's rearrange the rest of your week if it's early on in the week, or let's just forget about it, depending on what the athlete's schedule looks like. In your case, when you're running 2 days a week and you miss a run and you're like, yes, I really want to get in 2 runs a week, let's double up some days, or let's maybe combine some lifts or rearrange your lifts so that you are able to get those 2 run days in. But it can be tough when this time of year is super busy and you're trying to make it all work. There almost has to be some grace and some compromise in there to be able to do it all.
Sure. That makes sense. The other part of it is it's easy when you skip 1 day.
Yes.
To then skip 2 days.
Yep.
And then skip 3 days. So that's something I'm always aware of, and that's almost more what I don't like about skipping versus like the actual feeling like I missed out, that it's very easy for me to not go back out.
Yeah. It has to be an intention not to create that pattern, because 2 days in a row is now a pattern, and you're carving that neural pathway of skipping, and the next time a run day comes up, your brain automatically goes, oh yeah, he skipped the last time, he might not get it done this time, And that neural pathway is stronger than actually doing the run. So even if you can get out for 5 minutes to not continue to carve that skipping path and to say, hey brain, like we are still going for a run, even though it's short, that helps combat that brain process of are we skipping or are we not?
I hadn't thought of it that way. I mean, there's been plenty of times where I've gone to the gym like for 15 minutes just because you need to go.
Yep.
I haven't thought of running that way, and I don't know why. I mean, probably because it feels like there's more prep for a run than for lifting. Yeah. That like, oh, that means I got to put all this. So maybe you just need to put a jacket on and go out and run with it.
Yeah, just run up and down the block.
Right. I did do that. My New Year's run, I always do right at midnight. I have done that one just in whatever boots I found to throw on. And well, 1 mile, you can do it in the winter in Crocs. Don't do it barefoot though. People lose their toes. Don't ask me how I know. I think that's super great info. Let's maybe wrap up with just a few other winter things. Like are there some winter misconceptions or things that people aren't aware of for winter? Or what are some big things that people maybe miss about training in the winter?
So I think one thing that people think about winter running is they're either all or nothing. They're either running outside every single day that they're running, or they're on the treadmill every single day and they're not running outside. And there can be a combination, and you can find balance between those two. So if you still want to do speed workouts, do them on the treadmill. Do your easy runs outside, or plan it around the weather. If you don't want to run when it's 20 below, run on the treadmill, or rearrange your schedule for the warmer days to go out and run. But I think that people, especially with social media, people get in that mindset of everyone's telling me I have to run outside, but I want to run on the treadmill. That's okay. It's an excellent tool, and you really need to do what's best for you and what you enjoy doing. So that's probably my number one tip is don't get into the mindset of I can only do one or the other. You can do both.
I like that. For me, I think hydration is so hard in the winter. It just does not seem like you should be drinking water, and I do not drink enough water for sure. And your body doesn't necessarily say it needs it until it like actually needs water. So I think that's really hard to, especially pre-run. Hydration, I think, is really hard. And I notice a huge difference if I make sure like I actually drink my water, I actually drink my Element or my Salty or whatever, like that I have that before the run, but it sure doesn't feel like I need it.
Yeah. Well, the cold decreases thirst by up to 40%. So right off the bat, during your day, but then also on the run, you don't feel thirsty, so you can't go based on thirst. But then also the cold increases urination, so then you're losing more water, which means you have to replace it too. So it does get really tricky, and it's something that you have to be intentional about, even though you might not necessarily want to drink the water. But then it can also be difficult because it's, again, below zero, it freezes. So you have to be strategic with either wearing a hydration bladder or carrying a water bottle underneath a layer so it's closer and has your body heat, or like running loops or having it in your car if that can stay warm. But it does get tricky, and you have to be kind of creative with it.
I like it. Anything else for us today, Jackie?
I think in terms of staying warm and figuring out gear, one of the best tips that I got was don't look at specific running brands or fitness brands. Look at winter weather brands and look at like ski brands and really like these winter outdoor companies, because they're going to have the best gear for snow, for cold, and for layering. And if your hands are cold, most times you need more layers on your core versus more mittens, because everything goes back to circulation. So if your blood is colder, your hands and your toes are going to be cold. So keep your core warm, and then that warm blood is going to circulate to your hands and your toes and keep them warmer.
Excellent. I like that. Yeah, I mean, There's lots of brands out there that have spent time on specifically keeping people warm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Mountaineering brands, ski brands, those things.
Yep. Yeah, if you can ski and stay warm, like, pay attention to those clothing items.
Sure, that makes sense. Well, excellent. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate the advice and can't wait to get faster eventually.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Enjoy this winter. Have fun with it and just go and play.
Thanks.